and I'm going to pass it on to our host, Dr. Patience Ajongwen. Over to you.
Marie, don't need to unmute myself. Welcome, welcome everyone. So let's, and Dr. Derek, and give me a thumbs up when we are live on YouTube, please.
At exactly 1.
Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Sunday in this Dream Team webinar. We welcome you with open arms, and we're going to have a good time. My name is Marie. Over to you, Marie Pendy. Over to you, Alfred.
Thank you, Sister Marie Pendy. Welcome to the Dream Team webinar. My name is Alfred Che, coming to you from the great state of Maryland here in the United States of America. Welcome to the Dream Team webinar. Over to you, Dr. P.
Thank you, Sister Marie. Thank you, Brother Alfred, for making us feel at home. Welcome to the Dream Team webinar. Just some quick housekeeping. We are going to just take away the mic for a minute, not because we don't want you to be part. Remember, this is a family, just because we want to hear our main presenters for today. So when it comes to question and discussion, when all of us can participate, the mic will be open. Before I waste your time, I want us to begin with our signature tune, In It to Win It, gifted to us by our own sister Lerato Shadare and our King brother, King Dr. Derek, has really beefed up the video with some statistics from ONPASSIVE. We call it our non-verbal communication. Over to you, Dr. D. In It to Win It.
Your next stop is ONPASSIVE.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
See, our next stop, our final stop, our only stop is ONPASSIVE. Because we are in it to win it. It does not matter your expertise. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your ability, your technical skills, your background, your race, your gender. As long as you're in it, you're going to win. Because ONPASSIVE is to uplift humanity. Thank you, Dr. Derek, for all the statistics. You see our products with displays. You see our statistics here in the Dream Team. I want to say thank you all, our Dream Team family. Without you, there'll be no webinar. And I want to give a special shout out to all the coordinators in the Dream Team, from the welcoming to the question and discussion. You guys rock. You don't only make us feel at home here, but you bring us topic for us to learn inside our minds, and you give us room to discuss. I say thank you. Let me not sit there and be preaching. I know we didn't come for me to preach. We came for us to hear the topic of today, and to get us our mind motivated. I want to hear our motivation speaker, not me. So without wasting time, I'm going to pass it over to the moderator, to the Mama McCormick. If you're on the house, over to you, sister.
Hello, greetings everyone. Good morning. Let me start by appreciating our welcome team. You guys did an awesome job as always. Very much appreciate you. Today we have an exciting schedule, and starting with our mindset, and we have the wonderful sister who is here to do that for us. We just heard her voice in It to Win It. And our queen sister who is going to say the mindset today for us is none other than Queen Lerato Shadare Prosperity, who is smiling here, signing in from Germany. And
hey,
says, lovely,
how are
the
you?
microphone is yours, darling.
Yes, and you look lovely too, I must say. Very delicious.
Thank you, sis.
Nice to see you, sis. And I just want to say thank you to everybody, the welcoming team, everybody that is here. It's always a pleasure and such a privilege, to come here to talk to everyone and just for us to commune together, exchange energy, love on one another, and just, share all the goodness that is in life, right? As I always say, Dr. Benny always says that we're not here by ourselves, guys. There's a greater power and a higher power that keeps us together, that gives us our life, that gives in him we move and live and have our being, right? So we're not just here by ourselves. So we have to acknowledge that God is the one that gives life. And for me, every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Every day I strive to do better, to be a better human being, and to impact positively on myself and those around me. So every time I evaluate myself on days where I'm like high energy, I'm so grateful, because I know that those days is when I'm just imparting a lot of joy, of love into everything around me, so that there's growth, right? And on those days that I'm struggling or whatnot, I just give thanks and say thank you, Lord, that this day I experienced it. I will do better tomorrow. All right. So I'm just grateful to be here. Life is so precious. I cannot take it for granted. From minute to minute, I know it's by the grace of God that I'm here. And I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm grateful that I'm alive. Life is beautiful. Life is just, we cannot take it for granted, guys. You can ask people who are in the hospital and struggling for the next minute, or people who are at the verge of their end. Some of them wish they had the minutes that we're taking for granted. Some of us are thinking that it's just a given. When you go to those people, they'll tell you that they'll give everything. Even billionaires, they'll tell you that I'll give everything to have just one more second, just one more minute. So we cannot take it for granted. We can be grateful and enjoy it and bless God for that. So we've been talking about the power of the positive mindset, and we are just carrying on from where we started, where we ended last, right? I'm not going to be long today, but I just want to summarize or just go back to what we said last week, we all understand that we are more than our body, guys, right? We are more than our bodies. We are spirit, mind, and soul, right? And so we have to really, 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 really be mindful that as creative as we are, because our mind is very creative, right? And we are also creative beings. Right. So we spoke about many things when it comes to creation, that we have to be very selective and very be intentional of what we put out of ourselves, whether through our thoughts or through our words, because we do understand that the world was formed by a word, right? The world was formed by a word. Everything seen and unseen was formed by a word. It came into manifestation through word. Of course, it was formed first in consciousness, and then it came to manifestation through word. So words are powerful. And the last time when we spoke about this is that we have to be intentional and very impeccable with our words. Words are things, they create, right? So we have to be very intentional. Now that we know, we cannot operate in ignorance, all right? Ignorance is not a bliss. It is not a bliss. We don't have the luxury to be ignorant. It's one thing not to know, but when you are in the know, you choose better, right? So if we're going to build our lives and we're going to be intentional, that means then everything that we speak has to align with what we want. It has to align with prosperity. It has to align with what supports life. We have to agree with good. We have to agree with life, right? And with God. So, and we said that, like I said right now, like words create. I mean, for me, I'll talk about what I know. In the Bible, it tells you that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, right? And through Him, all things were created, all things were made by Him, right? So, meaning that everything that is formed in this world is formed by Word. And because now we're spiritual beings, and we spoke about this. Remember the last time when I said that we are made in the image of God, that means we have the power of creation. So that means our words form things, right? So now, when we talk about the power of a positive mindset, the concept of our words, our inner dialogues, whether it's words that we speak within or words that we express outwardly, those are very, very, very important, right? So that words are important. So the last time I hinted, that was a long time ago, like in a session, I spoke about self-talk. And I said, self-talk is very, very important. When you're going to build a life of a prosperous life, or you're going to build yourself to become that person that is prosperous, you have to be very, very selective of the words that you speak when you speak to yourself. You know, even in jokes, we spoke about, you know, there's some things that we take as words that are cool, or we think, oh, you know, it's in fashion. Like, I'm very diligent. When I talk to my kids, I said, you know, you can hear somebody saying, oh, this is so killing, man. Oh, this is, you know, oh, you're killing me. I'm like, no. We don't say that. You don't say you're killing me, because it's a word. The word doesn't say, oh, you were joking, right? It's not a joke. You can't just use words like, oh, you're stupid, or it's killing me. No. Be very impeccable with your words and choose what you say, whether to yourself or to your friends or to people around you. Words are very powerful. So today I'm going to concentrate a little bit on the power of words, just how we use them, even when we speak to ourselves, right? What do you tell yourself? How do you speak to yourself? Because how we speak to ourselves is also builds. It builds us spiritually, or it can either build us or destroy us, guys. Because the life is in the power of the tongue. Remember, the Bible doesn't lie. It says that life is in the power of tongue. Bible is still one of the most powerful and current books in time, right now. So when it says that the life and death is in the power of the tongue, it's just not saying it just for the sake of saying it or having text in there. It says that there's something powerful about that. So how do we speak to ourselves? Right? The people that will, you know, I was talking to somebody, it's like somebody will cough. I hope this cough is not going to kill me. I'm thinking, why would you say that? Right? We say things in passing, or maybe we learned how to speak like that because of our culture. There are certain things also that are cultural. We speak certain things that we take from our culture, or how we speak in our culture, and we think, oh, it's okay to say things like that. I'm like, no, that in my culture as well, there's certain things that we will speak or we will say, and because people speak like that, we would think that it's normal, and we will use the kind of speech, and even when we speak to ourselves, right? even in idioms, some idioms are like, I question it. I'm like, no, guys, I'm not gonna, just because it's something that is casual and accepted by everybody, doesn't mean that I have to adapt to that, because to me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't speak life. So why do we accept it, right? So there's certain things that we, in our language as well, that we will accept as the norm or normal. But when you actually look at these things, you will see that somehow they're not aligning with, if you want to align with life and you want to agree with life, it's not really aligning with that. So those things, that's why I said you have to be very impeccable and you have to be choosy. You have to be really, really, really impeccable with your words and how you use your words or how you receive words. Right? How you receive words. In some cultures, it's normal to just call the child, oh, you're stupid, you picking whatever. There are people that use dismissive language and it becomes part of culture and it becomes accepted. And then we don't question those things. And then we adopt them as well. And then we speak it, right? I remember there was a time in the beginning of when our kids were starting, to grow up and everything, in some cultures, a child will do something. It's like, hey, what's wrong with you? Don't do this. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Don't say what's wrong with you, because the child will believe that something is wrong with them. No, I don't say what's wrong with you, because then it's like I'm assuming there's something not right with my child. So I'll say, no, what are you doing? Do this. I change my speech, because there are things, like I say, in passing or in that becomes part of our language. And we use these things and we don't question them, or you don't stop for a minute and think, but why do I say this? What will this birth? If I say this, what are the consequences of this word? Because we remember that our children, they watch us, they hear us, and we form them, right? We shape them into these beings that they're going to be on whatever, as they grow up. So there's certain things that I even if it's part of an accepted way of speaking in my culture, I don't say them. Like, what's wrong with you? Or whatever. In so many cultures, I hear it also when you're among a group of people coming from a certain place. They use a certain form of words when they speak to one another. And some of the words are not necessarily something that I would say, because I'm like, even if it's acceptable in your culture, have you stopped to question this? Does it align with whom you want to be, or with the being that you want to shape yourself into being? So, or for example, in our speech, we'll say, oh, this is killing me, man, this is killing me. I'm like, no, nothing is killing me. Even if somebody will do something and like, no, no, man, this is killing me. I'm like, no, don't say that. Say what you mean and mean what you say. How do you say something is killing you? Because the longer you say it, it will actually kill you in one way or form or the other. We don't say, oh, man, this is killing me, or you will be going somewhere, your friend is running late and you want to get there, man, this is just, man, this is killing me. I want to be on time. And you say it in passing. But the longer you say it, it will start killing certain things in your life, and you wouldn't know why are certain things happening, but you forget that you spoke them into existence, even in passing, because your speech is, we just say things now subconsciously, but in one form or the other, these things manifest, guys. They do manifest. What we speak will manifest one way or the other, right? You will find that now there's certain things that are stagnant in your life, or certain things are not moving, but you forget that you said certain words, whether it's 1 year ago or things that you repeatedly say in your speech, in passing, in whatever. You repeatedly say these things and you wonder when now the fruits are coming, you're like wondering why it's happening like this, but you forget that you use words that are not supporting life all the time. You forget that the words that you speak don't support life. You're not agreeing with good. Why do we use like words like, oh, this is killing me, a back is killing me, or I have a headache, it's killing me, or my headache? There's another thing that I had to tell my friend of the other time. When somebody's going through maybe an ailment, or you're not feeling well, and you claim the sickness, oh, my headache, or my stomach, or my they had something with their belly. What is this thing? Irritable bowel syndrome. And every time they will talk to me, it's like, my irritable bowels. I'm like, it's not yours. Why do you claim it? Why do you identify with it? It's not yours. It's not like your body's supposed to be healthy. If you don't understand that, you are supposed to be in health, right? Because we are supposed to be in health. I'm not going to try and be all religious and whatever, but health is our portion. So if you're now going to claim a sickness and make it part of your identity and call it mine, it's not yours. Reject it. We are supposed to be whole beings. We're supposed to be whole beings. So why are you identifying with sickness and calling it yours, right? People do that. They'll say, "Oh, this my migraine, my this." I'm like, it's not yours. Don't say that it's the migraine. Call it, address it. It's a migraine. I don't want it, but I have this migraine. This it, but don't make it part of your identity. Don't make it part of your identity, right? So all these things are things that we have to pay attention to. As we mold ourselves into these powerful beings, we have to be impeccable with our words. We have to choose the language that we set out there, the words that we speak, because they're life. We have to choose. We have to be very impeccable with our words. So that means you have to be mindful, very mindful. And at the beginning, it's going to seem very tedious to actually watch everything that you say. But as you practice this, because we are work in progress, guys, we're not complete, right? Everybody grows. Every day we grow. And so as we choose to be prosperous beings that we are, now all these things, your speech has to change. How you speak to others, how you speak to yourself, we have to be very impeccable with our words and mean what we say and say what we mean, right? Because every word produces life or death. I will say it again. Every word produces life and death or death, right? So, and this word for me, it's like when we understand that in the beginning, in the form of all creation, before everything became what it is, there was a word. And the word brought everything forth into manifestation. So the words that we speak to ourselves, the words that we speak to others, the language that we choose to use, we have to be very, very intentional and very impeccable with our words, right? So now the second thing that I want to talk about, and then I'm going to let you go. I'm not going to hold you hostage. The second thing that I want to talk about is just, just speaking into when we speak about I said we are mind, spirit, and body. We have to take care of our bodies, guys. We have to take care of our bodies, right? As we cannot build a powerful mind when our bodies are not well, right? So that means the choices that we make also for our bodies, it's very, very, very important. Those choices are very important, right? So I'm going to speak specifically about just things that we can do so that we can have powerful minds. So we need to take care of our bodies, like exercise, moving, all these things that we can do, because you cannot have a healthy mind if your body is not healthy, right? So things that we can consciously do now: choosing what we eat, making wise decisions in terms of nutrition, right? Exercising our bodies, moving. Exercise, that doesn't mean you have to be like Rambo and just be the one that is, you don't have to be Rambo, you can walk. There are people who prefer walking. I love walking too, making sure you get enough fresh air, breathing, taking time to take care of your body is very, very important, so we can cultivate very, very healthy minds as well, right? So what we put in is very important too. I make now, I select, I have herbs that I use, or I choose certain things that will take care of me. I know that, if I take this, it builds my mind as well, or it builds my body and it takes care of my brain. I eat specific things to take care of my brain because I want to be very sharp. Even if I'm 80 or 90, I want to be very sharp, right? I don't want to forget things, be forgetful. So exercise as well. I exercise my mind, I play games that will, trigger my mind, or I read certain things that you can do for yourself so that you're really, healthy, or you're very fit. So mental fitness is very important, and also it goes through nutrition. What we eat, let's educate ourselves about nutrition. What do we eat, right? So those things are very, very important. Taking care of our bodies, taking time to nurture ourselves. We need to take time to nurture ourselves. There are people who never even took themselves on a date. Like, there are people who don't even take themselves on a date. I'm like, when I take time and just go and eat by myself and relax in a restaurant, nice scenery, sit there by yourself, enjoy the evening. I know that some of us are married here, but time for self is very important as well. And my partner understands that. My husband understands when I say, babe, I just want to chill. I just want to have time for myself. Just go outside somewhere, have a scenery, drink coffee by yourself, or during the day, just drink coffee by yourself somewhere nice. Nurture yourself as well. Take yourself on a date. Why not? Right? There are people who don't do that, right? Take time for yourself and nurture yourself. hobbies that you can have, or some things that are just yours, especially people with families we don't take time for, just us. There's nothing wrong with that. We can take care of our family and everything, but take time for you. Take time for you, because you matter. If you're not okay and centered, how are you going to build a powerful mind? How are you going to build a powerful mindset? Yes, it's good to do everything with the group and everything. I mean, everybody have personal preferences, but I want you to also prioritize yourself. You know how to do that. You know what you like and how you can prioritize yourself, but do that. You know, there are people who will work, and then after they work hard, they take care of everybody, but they can't even buy something nice for themselves. They can't even buy a nice perfume or whatever, something for yourself. Everybody has preferences. I don't know what it is that you like, but prioritize yourself as well. Take care of yourself. There are people, it's hard for them to even buy themselves something nice. They feel guilty. You know, that guilt is like, oh, my family. I'm like, yes, we love family, great, wonderful. But if you're not okay, then your family is not going to be okay. That's what I always say. I said, if I'm not healthy, if I'm not centered, how am I going to give to my family? I can't give what I don't have. I'm not going to give from an empty cup. So if you don't feel yourself and you're okay too, and you prioritize yourself, how are you going to give yourself as a whole being to your family? What is it quality that you're giving to your family if you don't have quality, if you're not pouring into yourself as well, whether mentally, spiritually, or otherwise? So how are you going to give, others? I mean, see, our CEO also said that it's like, when we make money, you take care of yourself, of your family, and then we take care of everybody else, because it's important also to prioritize yourself. You cannot be in abundance when you are working in lack when it comes to you. How are you going to be stingy with yourself, and you want to be, bless everybody else, but you're stingy with yourself? You understand that? There's no balance. Everything is balance. Everything is balance. There has to be balance. So in order for you to work in true prosperity, you have to also be prosperous. We cannot cultivate prosperity to every and extend it to everybody else, but we are just we are like grasping for the last drop, or like we're trying to take the last breath, but struggling. But you want to bless everybody else, but you don't bless yourself. You're not a blessing to yourself. How possible is that? So nurture yourself. In order to have a powerful mind and cultivate the mind of a powerful mind for prosperity, you have to also nurture yourself. Mentally, spiritually, and physically, you have to nurture yourself and take care of yourself. Somebody was saying to me one time, I teach a lot of people, and there was a specific group of people that I was teaching, and they're like, "Oh, you Africans are so strong." And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, you guys always go, 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 go. When I'm teaching, I always have a goal. I teach also music and different things. So when I'm teaching, I'm very focused, and I go, and it's like, yeah, you're so strong. You guys, you never, I don't see you guys slacking off. And I'm like, guys, it's not even about that. And that hit a nerve it hit a nerve, because I realized that some of us struggle so much that when we have to release the struggle, it's so hard for us to release the struggle. Even if, you have to take time and breathe, it's hard for us to do that or to relax, because we have been in struggle for so long. To pause and relax, it's hard. Some people even feel guilty. I remember when I first, when you were, sometimes my friends, when I was living with my girlfriends, they would take breaks and like lie down. It was so hard for me to lie down, because I would feel like I'm wasting time, because I come from a place where you have to be busy from morning to evening. If you lie down, oh, you're so lazy, or people will find things to say to you, because now you are relaxing. You have to look busy from morning till at night. And it was hard for me to relax, like to just sit down and relax. For me, I viewed it as laziness, right? And just to step out of that is like, it's not lazy to actually, if I want to lie down and take a nap, to take a nap. Why can't I take a nap? You understand? Because I have to look busy all the time. Or even if you feel like, let me just take a breather here, especially with women. Women, we do that all the time. There'll be washing, or there'll be different things that we have to do. And you're not going to pause for 10 minutes and take time for yourself. And I'm like, guys, washing will always be there. It will always be there. Everything else will always be there. But taking that moment and just relaxing, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, you deserve it. Do it. Do it, because all these things will always be there. And when you work yourself, and it will be there. All right. So taking time to nurture yourself is not a bad thing, guys. Invest in yourselves. We have to invest in us. You have to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself in every form, shape, whatever. Invest in yourself. Right? So all those things, eating well, make sure you make better choices. Some of us, we don't know even nutrition, because we don't know nutrition, real nutrition. We ate to survive. But now when we have choices, don't eat just to survive, but make sure that what you put in your body is something that's going to help your body and nurture your body, and help you to refresh your body, to strengthen your body. So it's very, very important, right? When you have choices, you can make better choices for your health as well. Get the nutrition that your body needs, real nutrition, not just things for you to survive, right? So, and we need rest. Just rest. Rest is important. In order for you to have a good mind or a powerful mind, you have to rest, right? Next week when we talk, I will talk about the signs when we are not resting, the signs of not resting enough, and how it affects us also spiritually and mentally, and in every way and shape and form, right? We'll speak about that and discuss that, so that we can evaluate ourselves and check those areas where we can improve, those areas where we can do better, because then we can be in alignment, and everything has to balance in our life, so that prosperity can flow, so that our prosperity can flow, guys. So I'm going to stop here, and just in case somebody didn't tell you that they love you today, I just want to tell you that you are loved. You are loved, right? Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Wow. That was loaded, but not loaded.
I'm sorry. Thank you so much, beautiful sis. I see Sister Patience. Sister
No,
Patience,
go ahead.
Patience,
Go ahead.
eat.
Can you introduce our next speaker? Or
I was
okay.
Sister Patience. Can you
Okay.
introduce our next speaker, please?
I will do that. Thank you. Wow. Sister Lerato, that was loaded. The power of the tongue, the word we use. And trust me, I feel guilty in most of them that you said, right? I just said that God knows my heart. I don't mean it. You are right. We will grow with this culture of reverse psychology. And I'm learning not to do that. What's wrong with this child? Are you stupid? And I've realized that some of them really believe that I'm stupid or something's wrong with me, even though that was not the intent of us saying it the way we say it. This is why we come to this platform sometimes, to get our mind ready, get ourselves motivated. You said a lot and we're just like, oh my goodness, all this we're doing in ignorance. I'll do better moving forward. I'll try to praise than to bring down. Try to see the glass half full than to see half empty. These are important, people, very important. Because we'll be going out there to help people. And sometimes we'll just be wondering what is wrong with them, that you're trying to let them to see things your way. And this is helping us to say that nothing is wrong with them. Try to understand the way they reason so we can better help them, instead of putting our own agenda on them. Understand their own and help them. These are important. So I always say that ONPASSIVE is not late, but ONPASSIVE is preparing us to do the work ahead. Thank you, sister. Maybe during Q&A, maybe people will have more to talk about that. But let's bring our next speaker. Our next speaker is no stranger to us. He's one of the Dream Team coordinators. He's Pastor Paul 360, and you have to put the degree. Because if you don't put the degree, you'll be in trouble. So Pastor Paul Abu has a degree in law, ongoing degree in electronics. Oh my goodness, the degrees are so many. Masters in sociology of development and degree in Christian theology. He is the chairman and CEO of the Foundation of Capacity Building and Human Empowerment. Oh my goodness, already doing ONPASSIVE uplifting. is a non-governmental organization based in Nigeria. Pastor Paul Ude was born in Benin, Nigeria. He's married and has 4 children. So he's a father and a brother, and has been a brand ambassador since 2020, July. And he has been very, very involved in the ONPASSIVE movement. He has spoken to us several times. And today we cannot wait again for him to bring us a narrative or an insight or whatever he wants to call it, he will tell us on what he is doing as a brand ambassador to start uplifting humanity. So we want to get an insight because I don't know. I don't know the angle he's going to talk on, but I'll listen to him. But I know he's been doing a very great thing. He's leading a movement called O-Welfare in Nigeria. And they've really been doing great to lift brand ambassador and the community. So without wasting time, I'm going to hand the mic to Pastor Paul 360 degree. Over to you, Pastor Paul 360 degree, my brother from a different mother. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Pat. Can you all hear me?
Positive, yes, we can.
All right. Good evening from here, Nigeria. And in fact, I think the last statement from Dr. Pat is something else. The last time that she was in Nigeria, when we snap and I post the pictures all over the places, several people were commenting, are you the same mother? Why did you resemble? Why did that? And so I don't even know that maybe she's aware of something like that, but I never later know some of those contributions. Thank you very much for another beautiful day. Sister Lerato has made the day more beautiful with the motivation, prosperity. You know, it's not only about being prosperous. There are things that will make you enjoy the prosperity, and those are the ingredients she's dishing out this time around. They are very, very helpful. Greetings to everyone in the house, our moderators, and that have been doing wonderful jobs. My name is Pastor Paul 360 degree. The degree is as important as every other part of the name. And Dr. P said, some of the introductions, I think they are not new. Ongoing master's, no, master is gone. Ongoing PhD, and very soon will be done. Development. So when you see some of us put up some energy in things of ONPASSIVE, to many others, it is like dreams because because of some of the background where we are coming from, in our dream in life, when you get a vehicle that will help you in achieving your dreams, the long standing dreams, you behave, you act. And to so many others, it's as if you don't know what you are doing. But to you, you really know that you have caught something. So today, this topic was even given to me by a third party because of some activities that is going on in Nigeria. And so if I make an intermittent illustration to a specific place, like in Nigeria, like Dr. P said, please don't be angry. I know you might have a lot of things going on in so many other places because, as a matter of fact, subculture is 100% allowed. ONPASSIVE, as a bigger community, has a bigger culture. Then within, there are a lot of other units, other communities, other groups, that is subculture. So there might be some distinct traits and characteristics, but no matter how, despite that, the general principles and rules binding on every other subunit. So today, we'll be talking about leveraging ONPASSIVE community. So ONPASSIVE is a community, no doubt about that. The only thing we can shed light on is how to understand more of those key words. And the three keywords we have here is leveraging, ONPASSIVE, and community. So ONPASSIVE is that is known to all of us already. We know we have been singing it since 2018. Some started their own music in 2019, some 2020, and the last batch in 2022. So I believe to some extent, a lot of us have better about that information. Then the word leveraging can be a verb, it can be an adjective, it can be a noun, but nevertheless, in a simple form, maximizing or taking an advantage of something. So that is what the leveraging means. So in essence, how do you take advantage of inclusive community? So we are going to be talking more on community so that we know that by the time you begin to liken it to maybe where you are coming from, the word community is also very common and a daily word that might be conversant with us. But there is a lot of things that we need to do, that we need to talk about today. Now, today, at the end of the day, we are going to know that ONPASSIVE as a movement exists in a community, and ONPASSIVE as a movement has created its own specific communities. And every community has so many things, the compositions, the elements, the characteristics, the principles of operations, and a lot of them. Well, we are going to be looking at them one by one. Now, all of us, we came in to the ONPASSIVE with a view or in pursuit of one thing, just like what we have been doing before. We have had, there is one business, you come in with so, you become part of it, and then the next thing money start coming. And a lot of people have been singing different songs since 4, 5, 6 years ago. But you know that the song that has been on their lips, they discovered that till now, the subject of their song has not come to fruition. But meanwhile, instead of them to sit down and study and discover that there are so many other better songs, it's even better than the original intent, than what brought them into the ONPASSIVE. Some are still not realizing that, and that is why they are sitting at a very far distance. And you know what they do? They are only sitting and watching, still spectators. Instead of them maximizing, instead of them taking advantage, they are still sitting at a very far place. And you know what they are doing? Some are even mocking others. What are you there? I think just yesterday here, somebody chatted in a group that said, for 360-degree might be in New Delhi, in India now, and ONPASSIVE was taking him there. Now the person is trying to mock me. But you know, because he is not close and he doesn't want to be close. Now let's begin to look at the community. Community is a word. We have different set of definitions, but I want us to work with one that is more relative to our point, to our areas here. And it said it's a condition. You can see. To some, it's a place. To some, it's an enclosed entity. But here, it's a condition of sharing love or having a certain attitudes and interest in common. You can see now, all of us are here. Condition of sharing some attitudes or having some interest or some attitudes in common. Conditions. So which means something brought all of us together. We are looking for something. We want to enhance our financial status. We want to enhance our social status. We want to enhance our prestige. We want to enhance our class. You know, those are the things that we look for. The struggle for survival, the struggle for influence, the struggle for a lot of things in life. And then whereof we came together. Those are the interests. But as we begin to go on, as we begin to march on things, you discover that a lot of people are forming more alliance based on their sense of reasoning, based on their commonalities, based on their relativeness in characters, in belief system, in ideology, and a lot of that. But then, what can we maximize? So let's look at the element of the component of community. what are the composition? What make up every community? Whether any form of community, whether in the case of conditions or in the case of place, both of them have the same elements. Now, number one, the component, one, environment. So which means there must be a specific place that the members of the community exist. Now, environment here in the case of ONPASSIVE, you can see that it is not physical, it is virtual. But the sense of virtual at this time is more like physical because, you know, every Sunday we watch Sister Lerato talking to us, we watch Sister Debbie moderating, we watch Sister Dr. Penny and Dr. Pat and all of them. They are becoming, any of them you sight on the road today, you will see them, you will identify them straight without second thought. Why? Because we have been in the virtual room, in the virtual environment for a very long time. That is the environment. There must be an environment. So we are talking about the component of what? Of community, environment. Now, how do you leverage on the environment? A lot of us has enjoyed a lot of things. Since we came together in ONPASSIVE, we came to know ourselves in ONPASSIVE since, depends on when you join on your own. But at the end of the day, the environment is one of those things. Here, but now what happened to majority? 1.427 something people. If you take statistics, there are those that maybe more than 95% or 85% has no knowledge of the environment. They have not been found. They don't even know the temperatures and whatever about the environment because they have not been part of it. They are just like maybe their own. They've left home for a very long time. They don't even care. They have gone to another far away country. They have no sense of, they have no idea of what is happening in their immediate environment, which is ONPASSIVE. But at the end of the day, they are still part of what? Of the community. Now, the second is what? The people. With environment, the people, look at us here. It is not everybody. You must also know that in every community, there are people. The people that make up of the community and are cohabiting in a particular environment, which is all why we are here. Then you talk about the number three is the more reason why all of us, for the first place, but thank God for our CEO that dropped the vision very clearly, even though majority of us don't want to accept or agree with him, that we should keep the money one side. We should not be more focused on the money. But literally, if you go far, you will see that money, the reason why he is talking like that is there are people, because of their view, because of their belief, because of their ideology, they prioritize money and make it to look like men or human beings are created for money. But in a real sense, money were created for us. And it's even a byproduct. It's a reward. And that is why our CEO will always tell us, but some will quote him out of context. But what he is saying in essence is the real essence of life is not money. Money is like a reward that one gets for rendering services or delivering a product or meeting up the need of people. So number three component of a community is economy. There is, like from the Marxist ideology, money is the basic thing. Economy is the superstructure. Now he says that every other part of every other thing is just part of tied to what? Tied to money. You put them together, they are equal to what? To economy. Which means economy is the most principal thing as long as a human existence is concerned. That is from the school of thought of the Marxism. But when we go further or far away, you will see that it is not only that. But even we, as we are here today, you will see that you believe them. You believe them. Why? Because if you don't have data in your phone or on your device, there's no way you can be in this meeting. If Sister Lerato has not eaten in the last 48 hours or 72 hours, she will not have the strength to talk here. So eventually, economy is very, very important. So in every community, economy, what does it mean to be? What do we mean by economy? The production, the means of production. What do you do? And then in this our community, our CEO has really prepared for everything. He gave us environment. He gave us a quality that attracts some like-minded individuals together. Those that believe in something that is real. Those that believe that in something that is not immediate. Those that are bounded by patience. Those that have the empathy for others. Those that have emotional feelings for their fellow being. So he was able to attract all those together. Now he create the environment for what is the environment? The community, the ONPASSIVE. And then he made arrangements for the economy. What do we mean? Now he is telling us every time that one day you wake up to see yourself on the street running mad because of what? Because of what you did not expect. You may not expect, and you may not believe it now. The time will come, you will believe. But by the time that everything is set in our ecosystem, guess what? You will wake up one day and begin to be scared of yourself. Even maybe anywhere you are at that time, you might be thinking that somebody will come and steal you. Why? Because of what you are seeing. That is the economy. He built this environment for us, the community for us, and he made provision for everything that will help us to sustain ourselves. Like when Sister Lerato was talking lately, she said, you need to take care of yourself first before others. A lot of people will be saying, hey, others. But you know that some of the people that sing others, time will come, they will not remember anybody. So it is not by what we say. Even in the law, our holy book let us know that the golden rule is you love your neighbor as yourself, not more than yourself. You must have a full sense of the love that you have for yourself first. And that is why you will use to measure for that of others. So there is no way you can love others more than yourself. So in that case, our CEO, ONPASSIVE, has made such arrangement. Now, the economy today, before we are coming, because we are all coming from different backgrounds, our economic status varies and differs completely. And that is why we discovered that why this topic was given to me, because that is one of the reasons. Now, discovering that our economic status differs, even if ONPASSIVE starts after 2, 3, 4, 10 years, there is no way everybody will not be the same, because there are people that has the capacity to do extra work for themselves, in addition to the general or the universal artificial intelligence jobs. And apart from that, there is provision for buying of traffic. There are people that have extra money that will still push the money in to buy more extra traffic for themselves. In that case, don't expect that the 1.4 or the 800 human being, 800,000 human being in ONPASSIVE that owns account will get the same amount of money after 10 years. No, it is not true. You know why? Because even apart from the traffic, there are people that already have some individuals in their team already, so they will be getting more. So in that case, the economic status must also be there. So it is better to start building a community, a sub-community, like what I say, a sub-culture, a sub-community that will be tending to a lot of things which are still part of the community. So in Nigeria, we were able to have acknowledged that and bring it up and start from somewhere. Because in this life, you must start from somewhere. And the Bible says that he who is not faithful in the little, who will give him the bigger one. So if you don't think about all these things now, even when the money start coming from ONPASSIVE, we might not still do it. So we put ourselves together and say, okay, fine. At this point, we know a lot of things are going on. We are not the same. There are those that can eat food, that have what it takes to eat 3 square meat. There are those that can even eat 5 square meat, while there are those that cannot eat one. And in addition to that, even while struggling for 3 or 1 or 2 square meat, something might come up in terms of health challenges, critical, unexpected, beyond your control. And you know how system works in the most of the third world societies. Not like some of us in the first world societies, in the developed societies, where something will happen, pim, 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 you die 9111, and then ambulance will come to your house, they pick you and take you. They'll treat you everything without asking for a dime. But in most of our own places in the third world societies, even if you are dying, they will even help you to die quick. You don't have it, to not meet up with their condition. They did not even care. Yes, I win some of us are strong comrades in our undergraduate days. We have picked up doctors in the teaching hospitals before, because a student was dying and then we rushed him to the hospital. This is the same university teaching hospital, not even the external hospitals. But when this person is critically dying, going out of, and then what happened? They will not attend to him. Looking for what? Money. So in view of some of those things, there are those that sometimes ago, somebody was sick in the hospital. Thank God that it was a community primary health care, and the attention was given to the young lady. At the end of the day, because the lady doesn't have the money, they say you have to stay in that hospital. Even if it is 1 year, it doesn't concern anybody until your people go and look for money and bring. But in that kind of case, we have put ourselves together in Nigeria, and I say no. For the fact that we have come a long way, we are waiting for something. Talking on the third component of community, which is the economy, and that is what attracted everybody. That is why you see that Michael Williams is always subtle in trying to respond to our CEO when our CEO say no, we should not talk about money. You know, he will say no. It is because of money that we came. It's money that brought us. And it's because of money when we now came, we discovered that, hey, there are good people like Dr. P. There are good people like Bro Shaggy. There are good people like Mari Pendi. There are good people like Dr. Benny. There are good people like Sister Debbie. There are good people like all of you that will never want to see anybody talking about having any ill feelings. So now what are we saying? So we now say, okay, now at least there are people that have extra. It doesn't matter how small, how big. For somebody to be trapped in the hospital and then critically ill and no attention because he doesn't have money. He did not prepare for it. It is not house rent. Now you say, okay, everybody knows that your house will be due in the 12 months time from the day you pay. 1 year, that one is something that is not emergency. It is not critical. It is not. It's not part of it. But what happened when somebody? One of our sisters lately was going for job. I think he's a journalist, and he was going to work in the morning. And before you know, the vehicle that Yeta trailer crushed the vehicle, and some people died instantly. But she was alive, taken to the hospital. Now, some surgeries were being to be carried out, and without money, the surgery will not be taking place, and the situation is very critical. Do you know what? It's part of that is what we have set to, and that is what we have organized ourselves for. We said that there is no protocol, nothing. We order for the money, and then the money sent, and the surgery was not delayed. It was done as scheduled because of what? Because of that attention. And as I am talking to you now, from the official commencement of the project, the OWFA, the Nigeria OWFA, there is no way, no matter how the condition of the country is, because we have agreed, because we have come together and agreed that no, this is a community with a very clear, defined environment, knowing that we are going somewhere, knowing that something good is coming. Let's help ourselves with the little that we can put ourselves together to do, because what bunch of group can do, single can never do it. So, and God has been helping us. From the beginning, when we were coming up with the dream, when we started it, some people were saying, no, hey, Pastor Paul, why can you start what you cannot sustain? Don't do it. They were so serious. And I said, no. Today, as I'm talking to you, we have never been stranded. We will always have a remnant of ground waiting, and we are pushing. We are meeting left and right. Sometimes 2, 3 issues will come forth, and we'll meet them all. One of our sister was rushed for emergency fibroid recently, and the bill was 250K. You know, at the end of the day, we raised 279,000 naira, more than the bill. We pushed, and they were happy. The husband also is the founder. He was not even part of the system, but the wife was so committed. And you know, because of that simple act, the man has to fall in instantly. I said, no. And a lot of, so now our CEO has given us a very beautiful environment. Now, but what, and then people, what about people? Good, quality, like-minded people. Then coming to number 3, the economy. We are maximizing, we are managing, we are using our various economic level now to salvage the others. Because a lot of people might have died. Those 7 that were 7 or more that we have attended to so far. You don't know whom among them that frustration would have or depression would have taken their life. So leveraging ONPASSIVE community. ONPASSIVE is the ones that gave us this platform, those community, those environment. And today we are using it. We are talking about the one I know. A lot of other people are also doing different things in different parts of the world. So that is the environment. Now, number 4, which is culture. Sister Lerato talk about culture briefly in different dimensions. As a matter of fact, I am a student of culture as well. Now, culture is the best definition of culture is the total ways of life. Everything about human being put together is culture. Religion, tradition, eating, habit, a lot of different things. But do you know that every community has their own distinct and similar cultures? The culture of feeling for humanity, the culture of empathy, the culture of compassion, the culture of inclusivity, the culture of feeling for others. So it's part of the community, and we must also fall in place. If your own culture or your own belief system is at far at variance, you just have to find a way of mending it to the current to fit that of others. Because, like we all know, they say learning is a continuous thing. It's begin at birth and then end at death. A lot of people might say, no, that is how I am brought up. Leave me alone. That is my own belief. That it is not true. Anyone that cannot fit in to a collective orientations, it can be dropped. That is why in learning, you can relearn, you can unlearn, you can relearn, you do a lot of things. You can drop and pick, you can add, you can remove, you can adjust. For you to meet into the environment, to fit into the community, because without the fitness, you are going to lose a lot. Because with the way the masses are going, with the way ONPASSIVE has conditioned our mind and make us a different set of people, we must flow together, because that is when it will be more interesting and sweet. Now, number 5 is health. You can see the welfare is part of it. Because of our source of funding and for the sake of sustainability that people have been scared of from the beginning, even those that are not even part of it, that is what they wanted to use to stop or to discourage us. But today, we will look at it that health is wealth. If you are not alive, you will not even know what anything good, whether good thing is coming, whether there's anything passive or not. No. For now, we prioritize health. Emergency. So health is a very important component of every community, because anybody that is not healthy will never be active in the community. So, and we want everybody to be active. We want everybody to be productive. We want everybody to be agile. And so we are not joking with the health of members as I talk to you. When as I'm talking to you now, if there is any call while I am making this presentation, I will order my Minister of Finance to release funds immediately from the committee, and then the situation will be what? Will be calm. And then what else? Number 6, I'm talking about the component number 6, the quality of life. Our CEO has put up the design for us that everybody, quality of life, and he said what? He said we shall be the what? We shall be the talk of the town. So the time is coming when everybody will say, people will say, oh, how do you know about the ONPASSIVE? Oh my God. But even if you have told the person that is saying, how do you know? Will the person accept? No. Even those that you have told before. Recently, I've told you how my best friend that when I went to Kaduna in December 19, 2020, my physical seminar in Kaduna was in 19 was in Kaduna, then 21 was in Benue, Makurdi. Now that my friend, we used to sleep together, the banner, everything, and he from his house to the hotel. I spent over 200 and something thousand in running the seminars. This guy was at home. He is working. He is the firstborn of the family. And he has them. The money to become a founder is not his problem. But he did not believe. But me, that was the student. I keep on singing. Please, get one. Do you know that recently what he was now saying, you that knows what ONPASSIVE means, you should have registered me. Can see what human being can say. So what are we saying? Quality, for us to have quality of life as member of the community, is part of the component of the community. And our CEO has made the arrangement for us. We have more than enough that will control, that will coordinate, that will enhance the qualities of our life. Now let's look at qualities of the community. And I will talk about 5 of them, though some are not directly. What are the qualities of every community, including the Nigerian welfare, or the ONPASSIVE as a general community? Number 1, social offerings. We just need to, just like, people are willing to hear you. If nobody listens to you, you will not even have the opportunity to present, to tell what is wrong with you or what you want, what is the challenge, but in ONPASSIVE community, people want to listen to you. Recently, Dr. Pat has given me one advice that saved me from a lot of one big thing, because we are already sisters, we are already like blood, and so there are things that I will want to do. I was this way. We need because the Bible says that 2 heads, or popular saying that 2 heads are better than one. So likewise, anybody, I say, no, don't go this way, don't do that. And then later you discover that that is the best for you. That is social offering. Quality 1, you should be able to interact, talk to yourself in the languages that you understand, because of the affection is already created in the environment, in the community. So interacting and talking to yourself from the pains or the experience or advice will not be a problem, because when there are people that they don't have they don't know, or they don't have good people to talk to. Why? Because they don't have any good relationship, because they don't know. Some things you might be telling somebody, you don't even know that you're already getting your death sentence. But with the good community like we are free, we can talk to ourselves, we can seek for advice, we can do that in any ways at all. Now, what again? Openness. Qualities of the community, openness. And that is what we are doing. We in Nigeria here, we are so open to ourselves. That is, now today, if there is case in Port Harcourt, and somebody will chat me and say, so thing is happened in Port Harcourt or in Baisa, before the person know, I have somebody already that is there that will contact without the person even knowing anything. Before you know, somebody will go to the house of that person. The person will not even know anything. That is what? That is the sense of openness. We are open to each other. We are ready for sacrifice, because the mentality, the consciousness has been given to us already from the conception of the ONPASSIVE as the community. Because like I said, our CEO has proved to us, he has given us the sense of direction. He has given us that we just have to be concerned about humanity, because if it's not, he will not be doing all this, he will not be suffering for all of that. You're talking about openness. He has been so open. We have a lot of companies today we are dealing with. Some of us are making money from there. But do you know that even in the website as a whole, there is nothing like about us. About us that is the key component of every website. You will not see about us. So you don't even have any information about who found the company. You don't even know any structural arrangement. You don't even have any contact phone number from the portal to even reach out to. And do you know what? The support system is not even working. When you go send a message to support, or where to tell problem, and then that is all. So, and before you know, you might be making the money, and some other persons will come before you know, it will crash, and then nowhere again. But look at us for 6 years. Communication, openness is there. You can talk, you can see everywhere. You can see 1,000 people to talk to in this community. That is openness. That is openness. Talk about education. It's one of the qualities. The knowledge sharing, we have learned a lot. Now, because of this, our community, today, we, by our culture, we believe in what? Anything that has to do with money or business, we believe in sharp, 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 sharp. Today, I have some friends that are PhD holders. But do you know, tomorrow they are still telling you that, hey, my own business, I want anything that's physical. I don't want anything that is online. This is for the world that is changing. The same person will go to the class and be teaching students that the only permanent thing in this life is change. And the person is not believing in change. The person is not seeing that the business is going online. The person is not seeing that the opportunity is more online, because online is more of universal. They don't know. So, but today we are here. Dr. John will come. Those of you that are not attending Singapore webinar Thursday 2 p.m., you have missed. So because the last Thursday was mind-boggling. Because of Dr. John's financial education, do you know that some of us, like I said, that we don't believe in any business of drop money and come back tomorrow. No, sharp, 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 want to get. Because of our trainings, our financial education in ONPASSIVE from Dr. John, do you know that some of us are now investing, putting our money for investment of 3 years, 36 months. 2 days ago, I just signed up for one, 36 good months. You put the money there, 36. Then there are one of 5 years, 7 years. I started with the 3 years. That means my money will be there. Every day I'll be seeing what is dropping. The 3 years to come. But ordinarily, previously, you can never get young Nigerians or young people going for that kind of investment. But consciousness, our mindset is being transformed. That is what education can do as one of the qualities of every genuine community. And we have been getting enough. Why is Mama Lena and a lot of others? They'll be here. They are every day. You see them. Now, I used to call some of them professors of internet, IT. But before, they will tell you that somebody will say, me, I am old. Oh, this is our technology. I cannot do it again. It's old age. And I used to tell them, a lot of things have been socialized. Age is a natural phenomenon, not a social phenomenon. But we try to satisfy ourselves by socializing everything. Who tell you that is it your age that is telling you that you cannot do something? Why you have somebody that will even give birth to you? You still operating, joining webinar, but you are now telling yourself, I am old, it's for this thing, is for children. It is not true. But because of education, because of sensitization, because of determination, we will see how we have gotten a lot of education in different facets, in different areas of life from this very community. Now, what again? We want to talk about communities and the principles of community development. Everywhere we are. Without development, like the introduction said, I am a student of development. It doesn't matter where you want to talk about it as in terms of development, but anything that is living, that is life, must develop. So anything that is not developing, it is not life. And then it doesn't worth associating with. For Nigeria, what happened? We started from somewhere. Today, you can see we are developing. ONPASSIVE started from somewhere. There is nothing to point to. There is nothing that anybody will point to. Some people, the first batch of set of individuals that even register as founders, there is no bank account to pay money to. They send money to our CEO directly. Things keep on changing. Development continue. Things, the faces, a lot of things. So every community is subject to development. So what are the principles of developing every communities, of developing communities? One, a sustainable development. Any initiative that you must come up with must have an element of sustainability. And then when we are talking about welfare system of our members, from the subculture of the Nigerian founders taking care of themselves now, we have to take our destiny by our hand and alleviate ourselves and help ourselves and keep the vulnerables among us alive, so that they will benefit from the apple. A lot have gone before we discover and we chant this course and way forward. But today we have saved a lot. So as communities, we have to look for a ways of development that will be sustainable. Now today we are always talking. This webinar room that we are here started as far back as 2021 or 2020. But today you can see we are still here. Sustainable development. Everything about community, intending or already existing, must always think of sustainability, because it's a gift, it's a quality of every intending community that must be impacting, that must affect lives. Then number two, empowerment. When we talk about empowerment, most time people think about materials. No, empowerment is multi-dimensional. We are here, we're empowering ourselves with different ideas, with knowledge, with emotion, psychology, well-being, a lot, so many. So empowerment of members, the communities, is key qualities of everyone, of every sustainable or develop, any community that must develop. Then number three is inclusivity. No sentiments, no prejudices, no criticism, unnecessary criticism, no negligence, no overlooking of anybody. Consider everybody as one. Attend to everybody with at least listening to what the person has to say first. Not to immediately sideline or condemn one person. No, such communities will fall short of what? Of the principles. The principles that must make community improve and develop is what you have to be inclusive. And that is why in non-passive, everybody today, you chat anybody today, come to as far as the person knows that you are a member of the community, they will attend to you. No discrimination. Anybody that is showing that the person has not been able to outgrow his or her own original culture. Everybody, we are coming from different places with different viewpoints, with different sense of reasoning, with different attitude, with different characters. But for this period of 6 years, a lot of them have been reshaped. The culture has been changed, has been transformed. So that is where we now come into inclusiveness. Anybody can attend to you as long as you have the genuine cause of action related to ONPASSIVE and all of that. Now, I believe because of our time, before Dr. Pat will say, I'm using 20 hours. It's like a moderator is raising her, is giving me signal also. So we are not going to finish this thing today, just like Sister Lerato did not finish her own. So me, I will not finish, because if I want to finish now, it will take us more time. So to keep the other feature, we still have some 4 aspects of communities. We have 5 C's of communities and a lot of others, but they're the factors of communities. But I cannot treat all today, because this is a very vital component of why we are here. And for the joining of 6 years, for you to give a very comprehensive teaching on some of those factors. Time will not allow you to do it at once. But in essence, let me begin to conclude with our with why I am here. Now, anywhere you find yourself as coming up with any development decisions, you don't just want to. If you want to excel, you must not giving in to any discouragement, because a lot of people will discourage you. A lot of people will give you 1,000 reasons why you must not start it. A lot of people will even tend to condemn. A lot of people will even try to form alliance with others to paint you, to destroy you, to ensure that it did not go. But you have to be focused. So focus is one of the prominent traits of communities. And that is what all of us have done. If we want to, for the little that we have done, even at the O Welfare for Initiative, we would have, if we want to listen to those ones, we would not. And if our CEO will listen, by today, nobody would have been hearing any name, anything called ONPASSIVE would have been a dead word long time ago. But he refused. He was determined. He was focused. His mind is made up, and so also all of us. Anything that you want to do that is good, just have to press your way, and always. The only thing, and one thing I must tell us before I stop today is the reason why our community is thriving and is developing is that the founder and the host is God. And thank God our CEO has acknowledged that long time ago. And who knows? That is why the ONPASSIVE is still alive, because God is the host. God is the founder. So if you are championing any community, we want to bring out any sub-community from ONPASSIVE or in anything in life, make sure that you choose alliance with God, because everything about you, He is the one who knows you. He is your mechanic. He is your manufacturer. And anything, given there are other projects that has come before that did not acknowledge him as the host, as the founder. But at the end of the day, what happened? Some of those mega projects are nowhere to be found. But today, we thank God. We are always happy that our CEO acknowledged that it's only God, that God is the host. And it's that God that keeps all of us alive. And He's the one that will give us the wisdom, understanding, even the knowledge, and how to do everything. He is the one. Let's keep up. Let's look up to Him. And if you are looking up to Him, anything that others are seen as disappointment and demoralizing, you will be looking at it as something that is good, because God, the Bible says that who is it that say a thing and it come to pass if He did not allow it? Anyone that has happened, if God did not allow it, it will not happen. So if you know that God is the one, is the host, you will never follow the path of others. You will never be discouraged. Like what you will never say what others say, negative things that comes out of others will not come out of you, because you what you know they did not know. God will help us. And thank you everybody for giving me the opportunity to talk about the opportunity and how to leverage ONPASSIVE community in every other areas or every of our different environment. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Pastor Paul. And so, as Pastor Paul said, there'll be a part 2 sometimes in November. Yeah, Pastor Paul, oh my goodness, I got so you talk about the different component of a community. You mentioned health, quality of life, because if we're not healthy, we cannot even be part of the community. You talk about economy and all that. You talk about the quality of a community. You talk about social offering, openness, knowledge sharing, development, interaction. You also talk about the principle of a community. You talk about sustainability, empowerment, sensitivity. You talk about a lot. I will have to go back and listen. And hopefully during question and discussion, we will have a lot of discussion for you to expand. But we can't wait for the part 2. So Living the ONPASSIVE Community Part 2 is coming up by Pastor Paul. There's a lot. And you talk about a lot of No, that was an inside joke that I wanted to make. Anyway, I'll leave that for another time. But Sister Marie, do you have something quick for Pastor Paul? I see your hand is up.
Or maybe we should wait for the question and discussion section.
Okay, that is great. So, Dr. D, I'll call the question and discussion team, Dr. Derek and team. Let us know. Maybe today you just want to tell us that keep the spirit going, and we'll go to the Q&D team. Dr. Derek, over to you.
Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty.
While Derek is coming on, I want to congratulate the man with the big grammar. What an awesome
That's what
community.
I wanted to say, and I held it back.
What an awesome, what a great community.
There's just a lot of grammar, and I was confused. I said, no, let me go.
I know. I'm so enlightened about the discussion today. What a dynamic community. I bet if Ash Mufareh looks back, he will wonder that, was this what I had in mind that's going on around the world now? They're building a culture around ONPASSIVE, a culture that's building up a society and helping people to thrive, even without we cashing in. This is just awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Toby. All 360. I'm really excited about what's happening over there in Nigeria, because here in the whatever you call the developed world, what you experience, we don't experience it. That ONPASSIVE can bring something like this to come to existence is just exciting. But don't let me take your time. Brother Derek, just jump in when you're ready. I'm just covering time for when you want to come in.
Thank you, Pastor Shaggy. Yes.
Awesome.
What they're doing in Nigeria is amazing. I give them my kudos and support. And this topic came about, Pastor Paul said, third party. We actually pushed because we wanted him to share. So some of us in our own little communities, in our own little environment, because you have to start gradually as close as you can start using some of this idea to start empowering our community, or just our brand ambassador, or just lending a little hand that can relieve their pressure. Dr. Derek, over to you.
Peace, blessings, enough love. Everyone is hearing me okay?
Yes, Dr. D.
Loud and clear.
All right, wonderful. Because this thing don't work sometime. All right. Thank you very much. Really appreciate. And thank you very, very much, Queen Lerato Shadare. That was awesome. I guess maybe I need to stop cursing Zoom because it seems as if the more I put down Zoom is the more it don't work for me. So I maybe need to stop doing that and speak positive. So thank you very much, Queen Lerato Shadare. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, King Pastor Paul 360 degrees. Oh my goodness, that was more than 360. That was some heavy duty, long standing journey that you took us through. Really appreciate. And as Pastor Shaggy just said, that when Ash Mufareh, our CEO, maybe listen back to all of these webinars, oh my goodness, when things seem bleaky, we still have a positive mindset, and a positive presentation can deliver to ONPASSIVians and others. So thank you very much, Pastor Paul 360 degrees. Looking forward for part 2, part 3, and part 4. Thank you very much. I really appreciate series, if you please. Queen First Lady Dr. Benny has been doing a series from 2023 until now. It's cybersecurity. So, maybe you can think about doing a series on passive community, because that was awesome presentation. Thank you very much. As you all know, that there is not much of any updates. Let me just double check here last minute if anything came in last minute before I blew the trumpet. All right, yes, definitely. Whether in the ecosystem or otherwise, Ash Mufareh did not come on because they are still seriously working on the ecosystem. At least we are seeing it. We know it is there. Yes, we have you know, a little wrinkles up and down and all of that. If you are not able to log in, don't worry, leave it alone. Come back 24 hours or 48 hours and it will be okay. Any issues that you are having, any wrinkles that you are having with ecosystem, leave it alone. Don't try to fix anything. Don't try to use OTP and try to log in. Don't try to you might create more problem than there is. All right. If you log in and now you're not logged in, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Do not try to fix anything. Do not try to adjust anything. Please to leave it alone. As the tweak, things come out, things go in. They tweak it back, things come in, things come out. Leave it alone. I can't stress on that because a lot of people calling me and I mean, oh my goodness, it's like a pandemic going on. Leave it alone. All right, they are working on it assiduously to bring it full circle. So don't try to fix anything. Let's say it again. Don't try to fix anything. Just leave it alone. It will work when it will work. It will work when it will work. All right. So for now, everything is as is. We are still waiting on our blessed CEO with a heart to let us know when to move forward. So right now, all you need to know is that you can log in. If you are able to log in before it went down, then you should be seeing this. If you were not, because people are telling me that they were not able to log in, they were not able to migrate before it went down. So don't try to migrate now. All right, that is not where we are now. Do not try to migrate. If you just walk and you see ONPASSIVE, try not to migrate. All right, that is not working right now either. We are still bringing back everything online. So please let us be patient. Let us be patient. Let us be Dr. Patient. Thank you very much. Back over to you, Queen Dr. Patience.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Derek. You cannot stress that enough. Leave everything alone because everything is going to be scale up, optimize, as we know. I know a lot of people are already very anxious to get into the discussion. So I'll pass that over to our question and discussion team, Dr. Benny and Co. Over to you. Dr. B, First Lady, and Sister Isha, Sister Yvonne, and Co. Sister Julie. Over to you guys.
Thank you so much. Happy Sunday! Finn, Yvonne, Finn, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Benny. Greetings, everyone. My name is Yvonne Finn. I live in Toronto, Canada, and I am the chat monitor. Thank you very much, Dr. Benny. I'll be keeping an eye on the chat. Nothing there yet. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Queen Engineer Bridget, could you please introduce yourself? Queen Julie Pierre, could you please introduce yourself? Queen Julie Pierre, you cannot unmute. Dr. P.
Yes.
She can't unmute.
She must have come in and disappeared again.
No.
I made it. Go ahead, Sister Julie.
Okay.
Hello, thank you, Dr. Benny. Hello, everyone. My name is Julie Pierre, and I'm from the sunny island of St. Lucia. And I'm part of the Dream Team. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Queen Engineer Bridget, could you please unmute yourself? She can't unmute herself, please. She cannot.
Yeah, she can. Engineer Bridget, over to you, please.
Oh, I cannot. I couldn't previously. Wasn't able to.
It's okay. It's okay.
Hello, everyone. Good day. My name is Bridget. I'm from Maryland. I'm part of the question and discussion team here with the one and only Dream Team. Welcome.
Very good. Queen Aisha, are you available, please? All right.
I'm available, but my network is not allowing me to speak. Thank you, Dr. Benny. If you can proceed, please. Thank you.
You are speaking now. Go ahead. Just introduce yourself. That's it. All right. Anyway, my name is D. Benny from the sunny island of Maryland, D.C., Washington, D.C. How about that? Happy Sunday! Happy Sunday! Are you guys excited? ONPASSIVE is the best company in the world. Do you guys know that? We have an extraordinary CEO called Mr. Ash Mufareh. Do you guys know that? The best CEO, a CEO that comes and communicate with us. There is no other CEO in this world that can come and communicate with you and I. So I need us. When you guys have time, create time to pray for our extraordinary CEO. And again, I want you guys, if you have time again, please let us pray for those who are under the weather. I beg you guys. There are a lot of our brand ambassadors who are sick at the moment, but we want them to get up and come back to us because ONPASSIVE is here to stay. Yes. Anyway, thank you. My name is D. Benny. Again, I want to thank our welcome team, really, because whenever you call us and say, welcome, welcome, it makes everybody happy. Thank you so much, Queen Marie Pendi, our King Alfred. Thank you. We love you guys. Thank you. Hey, our mindset sweetheart, Queen Lerato. Thank you. This mindset, you know that our CEO love you so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. I am so happy. And again, there's something that you said to us. If nobody said they love you today, you love all of us. We love you too, our sister. Thank you so much. Hey, my goodness, our presenter for today. Who is it? Pastor Paul 360-degree. Thank you so much for your extraordinary presentation when it comes to the community of ONPASSIVE. We love you, Pastor. Thank you. Thank you so much. Our update team, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, do you guys know who our moderators are? They are the one that holds this amazing dream team. We do have Dr. Pat, right? Today, she was moderating. And then you have Queen Debbie McCormick. Thank you so much. And I want to thank Sister Rose, Queen Rose, who is watching over the YouTube for us, trying to take care of those bad people. Thank you so much. Hey, today, do you guys notice that we have our mindset and our presenter today? Are you guys ready to ask questions? Please raise your hands electronically. We are here to serve you. We are here to work together. Please, do you guys have any question or any excitement to share? Thank you. Back to you, Queen Yvonne Finn. Is there anything on the chat?
No, not yet, sister. They're just thanking Pastor Paul for his exceptional presentation. No questions, just commendations. And the same thing with Sister Lerato. And of course, I agree with them all. It's wonderful, wonderful presentations, both of them. Is it Brother Shagun? He says, Dr. Benny, we love your beautiful eyes. I beg to remove the Apollo 10 glasses. They're asking you to remove. Well, that's Brother Shaggy, I believe. He's asking you to remove the
Thank you, Brother Shaggy. There is a reason why. I will let you know why.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And if you remember, Sister Mary Pendy had her hand up earlier, so you might want to.
Oh, please proceed.
Oh, thank you for allowing me. I wanted to compliment Pastor 360 for an exceptional presentation. You know, it seems our CEO had the hindsight years ago about ONPASSIVE and decided to create a product called Oh Bless. We've gone through about 6 years talking about Oh Bless, how we're going to uplift humanity, we're going to uplift the community and stuff. And it is a wonderful thing that in some communities around the world, especially in Nigeria, and the one that Pastor 360 coordinates, it's doing the Oh Bless before before the ONPASSIVE Oh Bless actually come to fruition. We are in a state here at ONPASSIVE. We are hopeful and we know that there's a supreme being that is controlling this ONPASSIVE, and eventually these things are going to come to fruition. So I'm complimenting Pastor 360 and hundreds of thousands of other charities that are going on around the world right now as we continue to hope and know that Oh Bless is around the corner. So my question to Pastor 360 right now in our state of affairs, do you have criteria that you follow? For example, in Oh Bless, we have come to understand and realize that we have to teach somebody how to fish and give them all the tools that they need so they can fish. And hopefully, when they know and master their fishery, they will teach other people how to fish. And so that way of blessing will spread gradually throughout our community. So my question to you, Pastor Paul, in the charity that you have right now, do you have a criteria that you follow as to who you will bless and who may not meet criteria? Or anybody who knocks on the door, you just give all the resources that you have? That's number one. And how do you raise resources to put in that bank of resources that if somebody comes with an issue, could be a death in the family, or it could be an accident, as we just heard. Do you have a criteria, and how much can you extend based on the resources right now? And do you falter people who may not be able to extend themselves? Because sometimes there are people in the community, even amongst us in ONPASSIVE right now, who are going through some difficult times, and they may not bring out their problem to the community of ONPASSIVE, and nobody knows what they go through. We've had so many people in this ONPASSIVE that has lost so many people, but they've never come to ONPASSIVE to say, oh, I need money for this and that and the other. Even though they do need more than somebody who just had an accident somewhere in the world and people are chiming in. Maybe I've given you so much. Over to you, Pastor Paul, if you can help us.
All right. Thank you, Sister Mary. And, that is a very wonderful question. For where we are now as a community, there is no way we will be able to handle the over 200 million people with their critical or emergency situations. And that is why, number one, the privileges is for every brand ambassadors and affiliates are legible. Then after that, those are the only people, founders or affiliates are eligible to be part of it. Then two, you must be part of, there's one thing to be part of the willingness to us currently with the conditions is only the willingness or unwillingness that will make anybody, brand ambassador or affiliate, not to be, but not the cost implication. Because those that are passing through difficulties, they are the one that the gesture is 100% made for. Because majority of us that can even contribute or that are contributing reasonable amount of money into the coffer does not even need the assistance. So we are so concentrated to bring it to a point that nobody will say, because I cannot afford the minimum amount as a reason why I am not part of it. No. So currently in Nigeria, with a minimum of 1,000 naira is what is needed for every interested founders or affiliate to be part of it. And the 1,000 naira today is just like if we talk, $1 is about 1,700. So you can work out the ratio. You see that the 1,000 naira is like 6 point something pence or what, not up to $1. So in average person, and I have not seen anybody that will say, I want to be a member of a welfare official for my name to be on the list, but I don't have the 1,000. I will be happy to assist that person. And even if I cannot even meet up with the numbers, I have people I can call to bring the 1,000 to put those kind of people, but I have not seen anyone. And then if you check out, as long as your name is on that list, and then you have any issue expressly, you will get the assistance. And as it stands now, the list, and thank God that those that we are meeting up with are still the same people that don't even have, that have the lowest. So, which is actually what we want. So for now, the criteria is your name must be on the list. We have the records. And then there are two categories. Though we are not praying, we have been praying to God to ensure that we did not see the second category, which is death of member, founders or affiliates. And God has been so faithful that since we started, we've prayed and we've not really had any death. But just recently, one emergency, just a sudden death. No sickness, no hospital, nothing, just like that. As a young woman died, but we will have provision for that differently from the case of emergency. Now, in the case of losing a founder, we have a bogus arrangement, separate a fundraising. And the fund we are raising, it is not for the dead. Just like Jesus says, let the dead bury the dead. We have a lot of culture in our societies that celebrate that spend more money on death than even the living. But in our own wisdom, we have agreed, okay, if somebody is dead, the responsibility, the children, the person left behind, they are in school, the immediate school fee is there, the food they will eat and some other basic needs. So our resources generated solely for that purpose will be channeled towards ameliorating the life, the continuity of the immediate family the person left behind while we are waiting for the apples. So that is what we are doing. And the first person we have lost now, as I'm talking to you, by tomorrow or so, the fund is ready to disburse to the family, but we are still trying to get all the schools of the 3 children, their various schools and the conditions and all of that before, so that the money will not go the way of burials. So those are the good arrangement we had with a well-documented rules and principles and what we call constitutions drafted already. So to ensure that there is no injustice or no labyrinth of sentiment along the way. Then again, like I said during my presentation, we know that somebody might say, apple, 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 we are doing before apple. No, it might not even be only pre-apple. It's going to cut into the post-apple because now, for example, somebody as a founder, maybe in the first 6 months, has not generated social amount, and then the person has a critical issue that might be requiring maybe 5 million hospital bill, maybe traveling to India, to anywhere, or to where the person has not, in total, has not even generated such money, but he has the need, emergency of that kind of situation. At that point, we can see that our gesture will still continue to ensure that no matter the amount of money, because all of us are not getting the same thing, and it will not be easier. Somebody that is given 100,000 into the fund or for a call for emergency now, when he has not gotten anything from ONPASSIVE, now when the person has started getting stuff, the person can give 1 million to support a situation that is bigger for somebody that cannot afford it. So that is the hope that we have. And from this one that we started successfully, we know that no matter what, any members in the next how many years to come with everything, they will be fully covered. So I think I've answered the conditions. Yes, but not big enough to stop anybody that is willing to be part of it.
Thank you, Pastor Paul. Dr. Benny? Hello?
Hello.
Thank you, Brother Shaggy. You're saying something? Go ahead.
I really couldn't find the icon to raise hand.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, sorry about that. Again, Dr. ONPASSIVE 360 to be, congratulations on this presentation. We're looking forward to many more installments, like Dr. Derek has suggested. Now, I just want to comment that this is a very enviable upgrade of the ONPASSIVE community. So a community has developed inside of ONPASSIVE that seems to care for the welfare of ONPASSIVians outside of ONPASSIVE, but inside ONPASSIVE, only to almost like a cooperative. In other words, at no time would they say, oh, let's go to ONPASSIVE, let's go to Ash. No, it's entirely within the membership that each person voluntarily gives 1,000 or during donation can give more. This is enviable. Here's my comment. I'm looking forward that as questions are asked and it's all broken down, and as you give many more lectures on this, other communities, especially in the African sub-region, maybe even in the islands, will pick it up and set up what you have in all those places. Now, it might not be needed in this part of the world, like you mentioned in your lecture, because of the social network that we have here, and the way that if you walk to an hospital in my community here, no matter who you are, legal, illegal, out of the southern border, they have to treat you by law. And at the end of the year, the money is distributed into our property taxes. Nobody's complaining about that. We don't have that in this part of the world. I'm hoping that in your lectures, people are taking notes and you are having a documentation, like you have a constitution that you can pass around to all these other communities to have such, not just in Nigeria, to have in Cameroon, in Sierra Leone, in Ghana, that ONPASSIVE will become a go-to place, starting with the membership. And eventually that would attract even non-members to become member when the system is open again. I really appreciate what you guys are doing in Nigeria. And, as you say, you can't say you appreciate, right? And just let it go. So I'm going to send some contribution to that society in Nigeria because of how much I appreciate what you guys are doing. And I hope many more questions will come as people are interested in starting it in every, I don't want to call it third world, just developing, communities that we have so that we can become a pioneer of this type of things, at least starting from ONPASSIVE people, maybe to a bigger, community that we can get donation and fund from, very wealthy people, just to help the people that need the help. Thank you.
Dr. Benny?
Thank you so much, Pastor Sega. We appreciate you. Thank you for your love and support within this amazing company, as well as I know that you want to support Nigeria, or should I say Pastor Paul, or the community. Thank you. Does anyone have any additional question, please? Or any excitement? Remember,
Sister Patience has her hands raised.
Dr. Pat hand is up.
Patience has her hands up, okay?
I could not see it, my dear. Thank you.
Okay.
You mean my shade of my hand is not bright enough? Sorry about that joke.
No, it's not.
Anyway, Pastor Paul and Sister Marie, that was a brilliant question. But this is the power of numbers. Okay, the power of numbers. In the welfare group that I'm part of, they have more than 1,000 members that have joined. 1,000 naira, if everybody does it, that can go a long way. So this is the power of numbers. And this is what they say, leveraging the ONPASSIVE community, what it means. Because that, and Pastor Paul used a terminology which I cannot even repeat because it was too big grammar for me, right? The openness, the social offering, through that, they actually build a community, which is growing. Because they see what the community is doing, people are interested. I'm part of it, actually. Pastor Paul has forced me to be a bona fide Nigerian. I'm part of it. I think I'm short of, I think the last contribution that I'm not send mine. But I've seen how it has changed life. The emergency surgery. Because I'm one of those people that believe that when somebody is alive, do what you can do to support them. No one is, they're dead and they were keeping in a mortuary for 1 year to build a house. I don't know whether the cops are going to stay in that house or to make sure we can kill 20,000 fat cattle so we can sit and eat. But when that person was alive, everybody claimed that they did not have a single penny to buy medication. Well, this is, for me, is the mindset. And that's the mindset now. Through the old welfare, through the old blessed and the ONPASSIVE community, we are developing the mindset to be our brother's keeper. And I want to really continue to thank Pastor Paul for spearheading that. He started the initiative. That's why we're calling his name. And I want to thank the Nigerian community, ONPASSIVE community, that saw that as something to be part of, and something to be open about, something to be feeling like a family. With any family, there will be little queries, but because the family love is there, those little things are easily addressed. So, Sister Marie, They've made it in such a way that if you have the heart and the passion to be part of it, you can be. Because they've put it down to as low as 50 cents or 60 cents, depending on what the exchange rate is. I know we are broke, but the ONPASSIVE community, I believe we can find 50 cents to become part of the community if you truly believe in what the movement has been doing. So Mr. Ash Mufareh started something with, as you said, Sister Marie, without really knowing, with this product that he called O Bless. Even though O Bless is not actively now, we have taken that mindset as ONPASSIVian to bring that spirit of blessing each other. It's a neat thing, a unique thing. And I want to second Pastor Shagun. I hope in this spirit, most of us in the developing country, that we know that if we come in numbers, we can make a difference. We start thinking about it. I think we talk about the illustration of a broom. Anybody that's back home that will use a broom. If you take one little broomstick, you can break it evenly. But you put a bunch of broom, try to break that thing, made of little sticks that are very tiny. You cannot break it. That is what that movement is doing. The power's in numbers. The power in numbers. So I wanted Pastor Paul to start bringing this and really talk about. I know he did not want to make it. What's the word? Concentrated with all welfare Nigeria. But I wanted that so that you can see that we can start before ONPASSIVE really start throwing the apples. We can start doing this for our community. I don't know. I know Pastor Paul, we sent a couple of kids in school last year. I did not hear anything this year. Hopefully the parents are picked up, right? It's not because we have surplus, but because of the power of the numbers. Right. The power of numbers. Yes. Everybody bring that 50 cents, you can send a child to school. Let's think about it. Let's think about it. We can give somebody an emergency surgery that saved their life. Let's think about it. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's not wait until somebody is dead. I know death is imminent. It's a part of all of us one day, but it's preventable. And that's why they say there's a premature death, because it can be prevented when it's premature. Thank you, P&D team, for letting me yap as always. But
thank you, Dr.
When it comes to something that's passionate, something that's passionate for me.
Yes, yes.
I can't keep quiet. Because let's not only talk the talk, let's walk the talk. We know the Bible book says prayer without action is what?
Dead. It's dead.
Dead. It's dead. We can pray all we want, but no action, there will be nothing. But if we pray with a little mustard seed of faith, literally, he said it can move mountains. So God has given us the power to move mountains through our actions, no matter how little it is. Thank you. Let me shut up and give the floor for somebody else. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Patience.
All right. Sorry. I want to respond to a little to Dr. Parks.
Sure.
I believe this is a preamble and a more general, but we will begin to go down on the specific basis. Maybe now that everybody has the concept already. So next a series will concentrate more on the existing Niger initiative. So and another thing that I'm supposed to talk about, but I said no. But thank God that Dr. Pat has come up by herself. And I want all of you to know that Dr. Pat is not just part of it, but she's the only one. When the committee just finished the constitution recently, that was just unfolded to the General House 2 or 3 days ago. Okay, yesterday, Saturday, I bet you of all the existing or prospective portfolios, is only Dr. Pat, that that has a portfolio already currently. Every other ones are silent. She's the only one that has a portfolio in the initiative already. So that is to tell you the magnitudes of our contribution to the initiative. So please, for those that want to use AI hands or physical hand, like Dr. Benny, that I'm seeing AI hands there, either you use AI or physical. I want all of you to put your hand together for Dr. Pat because of our contribution to the initiative and how much he has been doing for us. Because Dr. Benny, you are clapping before I finish. So the hand, Sister Benny, you are not clapping now. So I want to say thank you on behalf of the all Nigeria. For those that don't know that Nigeria is Nigeria. Also on behalf of the entire Nigerian ambassadors and affiliates, we say thank you to Dr. Pat. She has been she has been doing beyond the imagination of anybody. We cannot just imagine. So we just decided to just take it the way we are seeing it and the way we have seen it. But we believe that God has given her such a golden heart, will continue to bless and keep her in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Queen Yvonne, I know we have two things on the board and on the chat.
Yes, we do. So
proceed.
Obviously, they're both for Pastor Paul. This is from Joseph Ngweba. He's in the USA. He says, thank you, Pastor Paul. And then he has the question, is your community not sounding like a GoFundMe? He wants to know, how does it compare? Is it a GoFundMe-like situation or is it different?
Okay, I think the difference between GoFundMe and this particular structure is, GoFundMe happens when something has happened. So, but I think the only one that is more relative to GoFundMe is the death incidents, because the death incidents happen before the fund is generated for the purpose of aiding those that the person left behind. That is the one that is more related to GoFundMe. But in the case of the critical health challenges, it's quite different from GoFundMe, because we cannot wait until somebody, some of the examples I gave you, somebody is rushed to the hospital in Nigeria here. Even if you are dying, even if it is 2 minutes that remain for you to die, nobody will attend to you. They will rather watch you dying until you die. But just because of money, not because your case is beyond treatment. So in that case, within that 2 minutes the person has left, 5 seconds into the 2 minutes, we have reached the hospital with the money to ensure that the person is not denied treatment. So in that case, GoFundMe cannot be effective in that case. So that is the two different things. But if the person is actually looking for only GoFundMe, that will be for the second segment, because there are two different issues there.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Paul. So you were saying it's basically more proactive. It's before the crisis that you work. Okay, great. So I hope that answers. I'm sorry?
If I can add, the people that are part of the welfare initiative, as I said, they contribute $1,000 or 1,000 naira. There's a bank that money goes into. So for those emergency, the community go ahead for the treasurer to disburse that money for that family to use it for that purpose.
Okay.
Meeting the criteria, you have to be part of the committee. Okay. The second one, Pastor Paul is saying that it's like GoFundMe is when they're already dead. Like this case that somebody died immediately. We raise funds, but that is going now for the family. If maybe he left young kids, we try to not give it for them to do burial. Okay. Yeah, before I think they did that and they realized we're not here for that, we're here for the living. So if you have young kids, they may be now because they've used all the money for the burial, the widow or the widower is having young kids that have to go to school immediately before they recover from all the funeral expensive.
Yeah.
Like they will need some assistance. That one now they go through raising funds for that person. The
Okay.
committee will raise funds. But for you being in the hospital, you have an accident, you have to rush. That one now they disperse the money from what is in the coffers. So we're trying to put money in their coffers. So if you have any idea to let us know how to raise money in the coffer for this type of cases, I think all welfare too will take it. But now I think they're raising money within the organization, the people that are members.
Right.
So I think Pastor Paul, did I do a good job trying to explain it?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. P. Dr. Benny, may I go on?
Please proceed.
Okay, thank you. So the second question is from Edon Odungidi, and he says, so good, Pastor Paul. He's commending you, obviously. And then he says, how do people come on board? How do they get involved? Very nice question. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Because of a different view by different people, so we have decided to create a forum purely for only the initiatives. So every conversation about the initiative is meant for that forum. So we did not circulate information in any of the general, even our own general ONPASSIVE group. No. So whoever wanted to, the person can place requests in any group that he belongs to, not asking for how to get to all welfare platform. And before the person will ask in any ONPASSIVE group, the person will get a referral to how to get the link. Either my phone number will be given to the person or whoever, then I will share the group link or add the person to the group. It's only in the platform that you can get everything about the update, the remittance, the payment, the money given out, the record, and a frequent display of the payment update and all the expenses, the money everything is being given 100%. A very given close interval.
Thank you, Pastor Paul. Thank you. I think that's enough for telling us how to become involved. Thank you so much. Dr. Benny, back to you. There are nothing else right now.
Mr. Paul, I would like to join you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I will add you to the group.
I mean, if I can just give 50 cents a day, that is good, right? People need help. I do understand.
Be great. That would be too good.
Oh, no problem. That's fine. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any additional question or excitement? I mean, you guys listen to Pastor Paul. I don't know, when he talks about the community, it's for us to work together and, talk to each other and help those who are in need out there when it comes to this ONPASSIVE. Well, if I don't see anyone, I'm going to hand it over to Queen Debbie. Any more excitement? Come on now, my people. Are you serious? Remember, see, you guys see me, how happy I am. Oh, please. Anyway, I am going to hand it over to Dr. Pat. Please proceed.
Thank you, Queen Benny, and thank you, Sister Lerato, for the great mindset.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. I'm going to go and listen again. And Pastor Paul, we're going to wait for part 1, 2, 3 in November. You will have to do a couple of days in November. So we prepare for that. This is something that can really change somebody's life if we just think about it. Dr. Ben, you say 50 cents a day? That would be great. That would be more than enough. You don't even understand.
Yes, I don't mind. I can give that. I know people are in need, especially in Nigeria. When you give it the naira, the naira is small, but the dollars or $1 is big money. So I don't mind to give. It's okay.
That would be appreciated. But as I said, that will really boost the things that they have to do. And I'm really saying, and they are doing a good job because, and I want to stress that this is not an ONPASSIVE initiative, please. We're just leveraging the community, as the title says. Don't go and be calling Mr. Ash Mufareh, how come you're doing something in Nigeria, you're not doing it in India, you're not doing it in China, no.
Yes.
These are community, these are individuals like me and you that took the initiative to leverage the community for the good of the community. Okay? Let's not go and start calling people and say that they're doing something ONPASSIVE or welfare. This is not all blessed. Please, people don't misquote it. So anywhere. We're not doing no bless. We're not doing anything wrong under ONPASSIVE. It is not an ONPASSIVE initiative. It's an initiative of individuals that have minded that decided that while we're waiting for the CEO to come with bless, what can we do in the meantime? That our mindset has been developed through the ONPASSIVE journey to do something for our community while waiting. So that is what it is. So I just want to emphasize that. Thank you all for indulging us today. We are going to just open a mic and say, in it to win it. And once we do that, before we do that, one more thing. Yes, before we do in it to win it, close our session for today. I just want to stress that, please, we're doing this at this moment to get ourselves prepared, our mind prepared for the win for that will come our way when ONPASSIVE start running as a smooth engine. So there are a lot of what I call sister platform. I call them sister platform because they are really into mindset and educating us, period. Right now we're working on our mindset and educating ourselves on things that we can be doing, things that we could learn beforehand. So don't forget to join Queen Miriam on Mondays. All the time I'm going to give you will be Eastern time, okay? So next week, we're going back to standard time. So it'll be Eastern standard time. If anything changes, I'll let you know. I think Dr. Derek will be changing after the 2nd of November. But next week, it will still be 8 p.m. Eastern daylight time. We'll still have daylight time for one more week. Don't forget, next Sunday, we're falling back. Europe already changed their time. So sorry, everybody out of the US, I messed up. I didn't change the time outside. I forgot that Europe was doing 1 week before us. So today they changed the time. But I'm glad that you people could still make it. So join Queen Miriam on Mondays. She does 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So we're going to change the standard time soon. Tuesdays and Thursdays, deep dive globally changing life. As Dr. Derek says, Queen Benny has been doing a series on Tuesday on how to be secure on the online. Cyber Security 101 for free. And on Thursday, oh my goodness, health. Pastor Paul said that one of the quality of a good community is what? Health. So they're telling us what to do to keep ourselves healthy. Okay, so join Deep Dive. And Wednesday, Julie Pierre Empowering Humanity. The good Lord said we should be what? Good stewards in our money. So join Julie Pierre Empowering Humanity on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. As I said, after next week, times will change. I will let you know next Sunday. And please. Then we have All Passion Singapore, Malaysia, and Global. 9 a.m. now, Eastern Daylight Time. Join them. I'm telling you, if you don't have any passion, you'll find one. Then we have a weekly One Global Movement. Our sister Yvonne Finn work with the other Yvonne, Dr. Mundi, and they keep challenging you on courses that you can do. They do it weekly, Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. for now, Eastern Daylight Time. If anything changes, I will let you know. Please, find some time, get engaged. Let's get engaged. Let's get our community engaged. We're also in it to win it. Thank you. We don't take this for granted that you come and listen to us. Without you guys, there'll be no platform. So you are all leaders on this platform. We're all family. So we can all unmute ourselves. I said, in it to win it. Then after 2 seconds of doing that, Dr. Derek will stop the YouTube. Everybody, you can unmute yourself and say, we are in it to win it. And if you can put your video on, do so at this time. In it to
We're
win
in
it.
it to win it.
You need to win it. You need to win it. You need to win it. You need to win it.
You would be a good house start.
Don't shut the YouTube, please. Thank you.